Hello everyone. Today we will discuss HTML styles. Styling HTML elements. HTML is quite limited when it comes to presentation of web pages. It was originally designed as a simple way to presentation information. With CSS, it comes very easy to specify things like size and typeface of fonts, color for the text and background, alignments of text and images, amount of space between the elements, border and outlines for the elements, and lots of other styling properties. Adding style to HTML elements. Style information can either be attached as a separate document or embedded in the HTML document itself. These are three methods of implementing styling information on HTML documents. First, inline style. First is inline style. Second is embedded style or internal style. Third is external style. So we will discuss three. First one is inline style. So inline style are used to apply the unique style rule on element by putting the CSS rules directly into the start of tag. It can be attached to an element using the style attribute. Like I declare a tag of h1, I close it and I put some text, like I'm going to put this is a heading. So first we will show it in browser how it's look. It looks like simple. This is heading, and we are going to apply inline style. Inline style like this: style equal columns and color. We declare a property and we apply a color at red. Like we apply a color in line CSS, so it's working perfectly. This is called inline CSS. If we style element inside of tag, it's called inline styling. Like I'm going to comment out it. Inline CSS or style. And we can also apply font size. Like I'm going to apply 32 pixel. If I load it into browser, I think it's quite little. I have to apply more. 62. Like this is working. In inline CSS, we can apply all properties of CSS on element, but this is not a good practice. The second one is we can use embedded CSS. Embedded CSS used like we put a tag above the header tag, style, and we use CSS selectors to apply these CSS properties. We call h1 here, and I copy all this CSS code from here and I put it here. This h1 is CSS selector and this is its CSS properties. So if I reload the page, its result is same, because now we are using embedded CSS or internal CSS. Now I'm going to make some div. I apply a div here, div tag, and close it with div. I'm going to style it, div. I apply a height 400 pixel, width also 400 pixel, border 1 pixel solid, and black is the color of border, and 1 pixel is the thickness of border, and solid is a style of border. So now I apply a background color red. So it's showing like this, it's showing a box, red box. So if I'm going to duplicate div and I want to apply green color to the second div, so what will I use? For this I will use class attributes. Here I apply class red, you can name anyone as you like, and second one I am going to apply the class green. So if we apply class, then we cannot style it like div, we cannot select div, we have to select with its class name. So if we want to select with class name, then we have to copy the name of class and select a class, if and before we apply a dot next class name, and then we can style that div. So now first one is red. So if I duplicate the code of this div, I copy the name of class here and put it there, and I apply here background color green. So you can see I have two divs with different background colors. This is the power of internal CSS or embedded CSS. If we use embedded CSS and we want to make a different style for each elements, then we have to apply different classes on different divs. We cannot apply a same style on all divs. If I wanted to style third div, then I have to change the name of its class. So I'm going to change its blue, and I'm going to duplicate it. Here I put blue. So here also I am going to change the background color blue. So third div should have to be blue. I hope you understand very well. So this is embedded CSS. Now I want to use external CSS. For external CSS, we make an external file like Control N and Control S. Put some text inside and Control S. And I'm going to name it style.css. Now I have external file. So how we link this external file? First see the path of our main file. Our index file is here and style file is there. They both have into the same folder. Then we just have to name it here. We use a links tag for including style file into HTML page. We use link, rel relation, style sheet, and href is the address of style sheet. So style sheet address is the same folder, and we can only call from its name style.css. And I cut all this code from here and apply it there. So what is the difference of external and internal CSS? In internal CSS we use this style tag, and in external CSS we do not use this style tag. And the other big difference is if we want to use internal CSS, then we put all text, all tags and all style here. It increase the size of page and number of lines. But if we put all style into new file, then it reduce a file size and number of lines, as well as a nice and beautiful coding and readable coding. Now if I reload the page, then it is same, because we attached a style file with HTML. If I replace the place of style file with, I make a new folder CSS and I drag this file into here. So now how we link it? Now our file index is inside HTML learning folder, and CSS file is inside CSS folder, and CSS folder is in the same folder of index.html. Index and CSS are in the same folder, so I first call the same folder CSS, but I do not want to apply just CSS. I want to include a inside style.css. So I put a slash and call the name of file style.css. Now it's working well, same, because we include a file correctly. So I use both three methods: embedded CSS, inline CSS, and external CSS. I hope you understand. I'm gonna repeat for you. Internal CSS, inline CSS, use inside div tag, inside any other element or any other tag with style attribute, and internal CSS used in the header tag with style tag. Inside style tag we put all the code of CSS. But if we use external CSS, then just we link a file in the HTML page, and then we put all the CSS code in external file style.css, or you can name it as you want to name. If you want to change its name like differently, then you can, but .css is essential. So I hope you understand. Inshallah we will meet in the next lecture. Take care. Bye bye. Allah Hafiz.